Tape Never Lies Network, home of the greatest Chicago Bears fans on earth.
The following show is for mature audiences only.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
The tape never lies.
Tape never lies.
Starts now.
The tape never lies.
The Tape Never Lies Network. Starts now.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
Yeah, you look at the tape. So as a coach, your resume is the tape.
Loses the football. Strip sack and
Bears our live. Bears our live. We go on live right after Bears games with your boys draft talk and the smartest man alive. Bears our live.
Son of a bitch, you better block.
Bears our live. We go on live right after Bears games with your boys draft talk and the smartest man alive. Rant up with the true analysis you expect. Raw passion for the show. Bears fans get nothing less. Locked in with real emotion and passion for every play. Coach Phil to bring that range in with facts by shade. Post game show like nothing else you're gonna hear. Some can try to copy, but a bucket's not sincere. Delivering the truth on what just happened, to be clear. That's why we're on TV, so you can see it, not just hear. Hey, yo, with Draft Dr. Phil, you know it's always hit sticks. True to fundamentals, never gimmicks and tricks. Guess we're moving Soldier Field up to Arlington Heights. Mill out counting bucks while the mayor pick fights. Our life keeps growing, Shane's all-knowing. Delivering the truth on how the QB's throwing. Dimes on time, just lacking fundamental. Whatever the case, we get hot like Senso. Fiery discussion on what happened in the game. This ain't your daddy's postgame, so expect the fucking flame. Not for the average fan, all off they can survive.
But don't you worry.
Bears Our Live.
Bears our live. Bears our live. We go on.
Let him sit his ass there again. I don't think we're that much worse.
The myth, the Rant legend, Dr. Phil Ototion.
This is football, baby.
Culture is the problem.
Let's get it on. Little thing. Bears our live. Bears our
Son of a bitch, you better
Bears
block.
our live.
That's what happens. That's when we have a real
Right
good team.
after Bears
And let's get it
with
on.
your boys draft talk and the smartest.
Give me some fucking names.
This is Bears Hour Live.
Welcome to BHL. The Bears. Well, they're the Bears. That's who they are. You know, we shouldn't be surprised, I don't think, at this point. We'll get into it. The Bears go to Detroit. Ben Johnson's return to Detroit. They give up the 50 burger. They get outplayed. They get outcoached. They get out hustled. They get out everythinged in Detroit. 52-21 laugher in Detroit. There's really not much else to say other than that. I'm going to bring out my guy here, DDP. I know it seems like we do an awful lot of these shows. You know, the Bears have a lot to work on, probably much more than even I expected. But one thing that I will say, go back and watch our draft day reactions, and you're seeing it play out up close and personal in front of you on the TV screen.
100%. I'm sorry. Is this my rant time now?
It's up to you, man. Take it away. I mean, is it? There's obviously a lot
waiting for this. I know a lot of people have been waiting for the reality of truth. I've been a little under the weather. You can hear it, but I coached through it. And today, trying to watch another pathetic performance by your Chicago Bears. Shane hit it on top of the head. Listen, we'll start in layers, okay? A football team is built on the professional level in layers. And aside from the Holy Trinity that I've taught many a fan about, it comes from the owner to the GM to the head coach. The owner is Mr. Muffin Man. soft as puppy shit and can give a shit about a fan, but he puts the reality of a personality in front of the maniacal approach to finding great football players. George McCaskey would pass on Ray Lewis. That is all you need to understand here. Unfortunately, a lot of Bears fans get caught up in the minutia and the discovery of football through great national anthems and jets flying over and all of the bait and switch that the Chicago Bears continue to do. But like ShamWow, there's more. But wait, there's more. Ryan Poles is possibly the worst general manager in the history of the Chicago Bears franchise. And again, ShamWow, there's more. We've given him an extension. He's had a layup in discovering trading the first overall pick that Lovie Smith handed him and got extra picks, right? Lucks into Caleb Williams and finds Ben Johnson. Tell me what else this fucking clown has done. It's so pathetic. Shane mentioning it. What I would have done on draft day, obviously, was Kelvin Banks. That's what we wanted. That's what you isolate on. Your left tackle is soft as George McCaskey. So we've established how soft George is. So you don't do anything about it. You miss in the third round. You have a third round pick. He's not even dressed that you identified in Amagashi. You draft in the second round the replacement tackle because he's the only tackle left. That's your plan, and you build through a tight end and a wide receiver who aren't even on the field in critical fourth down situations where your coach is using math, arithmetics, and algorithms from Cars' cousin who doesn't even know fucking math to use the personnel. Not your first round tight end. He's not a matchup nightmare. Brock Bowers? Fuck out of here. The biggest pathetic. It's so agitating that it makes, you know, when you have a burp and there's a little fucking vomit that comes up you didn't know about, that's the level of agitation I have for the Chicago Bears and the way they run football ops. They're soft. They're soft. They are soft. It's hysterical the amount of people outside this organization that text me, DM me, NFL players, coaches, college coaches. You're 100% right, but we can't see it. The media can't see it. Can't hold George, can't hold Ryan Poles. Now they're coming around. Whatever the fuck chick from 670. You didn't say shit. I've been saying this since the draft. We said it before. You should have fired Poles before the draft. He should not be here with Ben Johnson. It's pathetic on so many levels. And then the performance today. Coaching errors. Offensive line. Error after error. Penalty after penalty. I'm not making this up. And Tyson Bagent, backup quarterback, period. Shut the fuck up. You want to start something? Make a throw to a wide open first overall pick. 10th pick overall, whatever the fuck. It's done. Caleb is the least problem here. It's the protection, play call, personnel usage. DJ Moore traded the next 2 weeks. Needs to be gone. Body language sucks. Effort sucks. Good player doesn't want to be here. Get him the fuck out. Have some balls, Poles. You don't have any. You don't have any. This team would look immensely different with Shane and Phil running it. We said it. Put our name to it. Didn't hide from it. Continuously say it. We'll say it on every fucking show because it's the goddamn truth. It's the goddamn truth. We don't build a football team from the outside in. Loveland, good player, take the defensive fucking end. Gotta get a pass rush here. I got guys telling Shane, Dennis Allen, he likes secondary pressure. Really, nerd boy? Learn football. No defensive coordinator prefers secondary pressure unless they suck at their job. Secondary pressure comes when you don't have a pass rusher. Simple. I've been doing this for so long. It's like a broken fucking record of anger. What the fuck? Hire me. I'll fix it. In 3 months, it'll be done. You will never have to worry about this kind of play and embarrassment that you just saw today. It's unacceptable. And you know what Ryan Poles will do? Nothing. He'll bring up another defensive back and special teams linebacker. We got running backs fumbling balls, holding penalties, guys that you traded for whiffing on blocks, letting up sacks, face masks on left tackles, second and 34 here. Oh my God. You can't, I couldn't see or predict that it would be this bad, but it was. It's Ben's bad. It's this personnel is bad. The usages of personnel and situations is bad. Cap wants to know, why, Phil? Why are you upset with Ben? Why is he so bad? Because you don't use math analytics when you don't know your identity. There has to be a foundation. Football isn't math. It's not stats. Your stats suck. So you have nothing to go on. What you have to go on is the rules of football. You punt, or you try to draw them off sides, or you use Caleb's feet. You don't quarterback sneak. After you've gotten it, you haven't gotten it the first time, you don't do it again. But you do it again. You do it again. And you fail. And you give up momentum. And yeah, the refs sucked. 100%. It's going to be this way. We're going to have to get used to it. They have no respect for your franchise because your owner, all of them, Kevin Warren, all of them are just turd bound. Pigeon shit on the street. That's what they are. Just dress it up in a suit, talk big words, make it look pretty, and put football second. You don't establish a run. You don't fucking use the rookie running back. How about running guy? Challenge your offensive line and your tight ends that you had to have. You picked up this guy from Miami. He's the best blocker. Where is he on third down? He's nowhere to be found. And the drops out there. All of these fucking fans wanting to bury Caleb have all their animosity on the wrong person. It's just that simple. Caleb is the last problem. He's the best player on the fucking team. He's trying to do everything himself. We're in the same situation we were in with Matt Eberflus because you have a terrible, shitty, soft, completely aloof, draft guys that play like me I'm a frat boy from BC, piece of arrogant shit at GM. Take that quote. He is the worst GM in the NFL. He's scared. He cries cutting a 7th-year safety that sucked. He cries. He's nervous. He is not the man for the job, but yet the Bears under McCaskey give this loser, what's his record? What's his record? I'm not even talking about the win-loss record. What's his record of drafting anybody that assembles or resembles a Pro Bowl caliber dog? There's no dogs. There's a bunch of puppies out there shitting. And they're all soft as the shit they're shitting. And they quit. They quit. You want me to endorse Ben Johnson? Your fucking team quit on you, Ben. Get DJ Moore out. He's a cancer. I can see the body language. Get him out. You're going to have to clear out the roster. He's 3-17 in the NFC North. Thank you, Shane, the producer and smartest man. 3-17, and he gets an extension. That's like 670 extending Dan Bernstein after he did what he... Like, are we this dumb? Yes. Look at George. Take your fucking scooter, drive it into Lake Michigan, and never fucking come back. Let your brother handle it, because you clearly can't. You're the muffin man. I'm done. I can't stand the Bears. They have none of this. Monsters. The only monster is the one George's afraid of under his fucking bed. Stay being an umpire. Get the fuck away from football. You didn't study it. You were born with a silver spoon in the mouth, and you're a piece of garbage. You're a fraud. You're an absolute piece of garbage. I've never been this mad at a football organization in my life. I could barely get to the game. It just shit runs downstream. That's all it is. 4.8 win. We're giving extension. Look at this stat here. 28.3. Last time I checked, let me ask the mathematician coach, Ben Johnson. What's a 28.3% win percentage? Is that good or bad? I don't know. It sucks. It's failure. Average 4 wins, 4.8 wins. Maybe Brett Mailey could put a line on 4.8 wins. Are we going to over or under that? Pathetic. Pathetic. I can't get past it, folks. I'm sorry. Every player signed by this guy took a turn today, showing exactly who they are. Montez Sweat. It goes all through down to the end of Corey Taylor, the punter. Everybody took turns at sucking. But we want to blame Caleb, all those guys. Tyson would do better. Like, come on. Come on. It ain't getting better. It ain't going to get better. There's no reality that I'm going to sell you on. The Bears have done nothing, like I said, to improve where it matters most. My last point in this rant, despite what transpired, the Adunze drops we'll get into all of that stuff, but I want to say this. You win up front. You win in the trenches. It's just, that's what football is. George has admitted he's a fan. He doesn't understand. So he hires outsiders to help him understand. And they come away with Ryan Poles, who's done what Bill Zimmerman put into percentages And you've seen what he's had 3 wins in the NFC North since he's been a GM. He's pathetic. But no, let's give him an extension. And he can't figure this out. Going into the offseason, I looked at the Bears roster and I go, you got a great young quarterback. You're missing a left tackle. That's huge. They went out, got a center, right guard, left guard, and they drafted a right tackle. Right tackle. They passed on any kind of trade down, get another left tackle, identify your needs. Get a pass rusher, your second biggest need, pass rusher. Could have got 2 of them. I'll be on the record. Would have been easy for me as it fell. Michael Williams would have been a Bear. Ariante Ursary would have been your second round pick Bear. And then Mike Green, who will play for the Ravens and create trouble in sacks, would have been your second round pick. And then Cam Scatterboo would have came in here on the 3rd because that was your 3rd need, a running back. Obviously today you needed it. Mr. Swift started running hard and fumbled the ball. Jukes too much, can't see the hole, isn't aggressive. His speed doesn't help in the flat because he doesn't want to run and drop pads. It's as simple as that. You build in the trenches. The Bears have built a pile of shit. And that's where we are right now. Soft, no identity, no clue who the head coach is. I'm not saying he is done yet. I'm not saying that. I'm going to know by week 5. I will tell you if he's a real head coach. This week, we're going to find out. How do you handle it? Is Braxton trotting back out there? Then you're not a real head coach. Shane, that's my rant. Bring it back in here. I can't hear you.
That was me. See, I'm part of the problem. I muted myself.
Maybe
no, man. Phil, we take a lot of bullets over here because we're very vocal and fans get upset that we are mostly negative, but that's because we're just talking about what we see and we're reacting to what plays out in front of us.
Where is it? Caleb.
It is.
The only
and I know people
you can have hope for.
Oh, well, listen, and people are going to get mad that I bring this up, but I'm going to bring it up because we saw it play out last week right in front of us. You saw the Justin Fields crew come out and say, see, I told you, we were right. Where are they today? Want the numbers? Justin was 3 for 11 for 27 yards in the blowout loss to the Buffalo Bills.
Really?
Yeah, but nobody's going to talk about that. But they're going to come back. I think one of our guys is like, yeah, we understand. The first pick by Caleb was horrific. It was a dumb decision by Caleb Williams to throw that ball there. Throw it out of bounds. I don't give a shit. Somebody was trying to justify saying that it was 2nd and 32, and you're not going to convert that anyway. That's not the point. Anything can happen. You can have roughing the quarterback. You could have a holding penalty. That's an automatic first down. Anything happens. Live to fight another down. Don't make it worse by giving the ball away. The second one, it was a late hit to Caleb. Either way, Caleb, we've maintained Caleb needs to play better. He's not the number one issue with this team. He's just not. We told you. Oh, Braxton needs to get a better anchor. He did it one time today. And unfortunately, it was on the play where Caleb threw the pick. He's going to get better in year 4 at anchoring. Okay. Yeah, that's plausible. That's plausible. Let's just wait.
Even the pick, Shane.
We'll see the extent of their injuries, but unknown right now. It seemed like a re-aggravation of what they had before going into the game. So
this is his
we'll see that. Statement. Listen, anytime you lose a game like that, man, it's a kick in the teeth. It nothing about that feels good. Unfortunately, I've been through a number of these over the course of my career. You know, these guys, I tell you, they're hurt. You know, it stinks.
So does your team.
They fought. They fought the entire game, and
did not fight
when you play a good team on the road, and you have turnovers, and you don't convert on fourth down, and you give up explosive plays on defense. You know, it can go sideways in a hurry, and that was really the name of the game. You know, offensively, we were able to move the ball a little bit in the first half, and then the turnovers and the lack of fourth down conversion bit us in the rear, and then you know, defense had more explosive plays than we wanted to going into the game. We knew that they were an explosive offense, and we had a plan, and we didn't contain those playmakers very well. You know, the quarterback for them really got after us and made us hurt. You know, I look at his numbers, and it looks like he had an outstanding day. Certainly felt that way on the sideline throughout. So, and then in the second half, you get behind by that much, and it becomes a throwing game like that.
Microphones than us too.
Really just plays into their hands. So, penalties were still an issue for us. You know, false starts. We had a couple of those. We had some holdings. Really hurt us. So, with that, I'll go ahead and open it up.
Coach, how shitty do you feel about your shitty defense?
The one that he got the.
Rajneesh.
Yeah, at that point of
I
the
take
game,
it back
we
about Detroit's
figured that we
microphones.
really didn't have a chance to come back in that.
What went wrong in the operation?
I got to go back and I got to look at it from behind. It's hard for me to tell with just the still pictures, but you know, just like I told our guys, I got a lot of confidence in them when it becomes a 3rd and 1 that we can get a first down in 2 plays.
Yeah, how about push, bro? How about do something?
That's what he's
Well,
asking.
it can't
right
happen because with you know, the thing cuts off at 15. So which one are you? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He might. I gotta go. I gotta talk to him about it.
On 4th down.
Half when you waved your team off the field, then they had to come back, and there were 6 seconds left.
Yeah, I had the official right next to me throughout that process. He told me it was halftime, so we went in for halftime.
And then what happened? What did they explain?
Land came over to me at the end of the 3rd quarter, and he told me, I believe, that they ruled it out of bounds.
Catch up to these.
They reviewed it and said it was in bounds, and so it was a 10-second runoff. So we'll see what it looks like on the game tape. That certainly was not communicated.
I'll bring up a picture.
What about the defensive plan that you had coming into the day didn't quite pan out for you today?
Yeah, you know, we knew that we need to set the edge there to try to contain the running game. I think they were able to bounce and get the edge a few times there.
Get the edge. You don't even line up.
There's your
passing game.
proof.
We
He's
simply didn't
inbounds
affect the
contact
quarterback.
made. He's not out of bounds.
You know, we try to mix up the coverages,
Run the clock.
and
They
hurt us a little bit in some of our single high stuff with their speed.
spiked
So
in time.
the explosive plays are an issue. You know, you feel those. I did think the defense did a great job despite the turnovers and the fourth down. They hit the field. They were being resilient. They were fighting their tails off. It just didn't go our way today.
They did not.
Ben, how do you get a team to respond to a kick in the teeth like today was?
To kick in the teeth?
Yeah, just this
whole day. We have a lot of prideful guys. We're 2 games into the season, and so I think they're just as disappointed as the coaching staff is, and we're committed to getting this thing right. I have a lot of belief in them. We have leaders, we have captains. I mean, when you're around this league long enough, these games happen, and it doesn't feel any better when it happens. But the good teams I've been on, they find a way to respond, and I know our guys will do that.
Do you believe Dan Campbell ran it up on you on that 4th and 4 going forward?
What's he supposed to do? It's 4th and goal. What do you want him to do? Yeah, he could have kicked the field goal. They don't kick field goals. They go for it there. So he was doing what he was supposed to do. That's what he does.
How demoralizing is this loss, considering you were coming back, you left for Chicago? I mean,
it's not demoralizing at all. It's not demoralizing at all. We got to play better. Simple as that.
It is demoralizing. Again, you're wrong.
What's your message going to be about not wasting those opportunities?
Don't worry. Braxton
yeah,
Jones
I mean, when we play good teams, you gotta capitalize on every opportunity that comes your way. And we didn't do that. You're -1 in the turnover category. And you really can equate the failed fourth downs as turnovers as well. And so when you play a good team like that, you give up explosives, you give up all those yards. That's the way it goes.
Then you talked about being in this league for these type of games, when they're blowouts. Having experienced this before, what do you think is the formula to bounce back from this going forward?
Yeah, the biggest thing is we're not going to hang our heads and get down on this. It's one game. We're going to be just fine. We'll take our corrections, coaching staff, players. We're going to learn from it, and we'll be committed to having a great week of preparation coming up this week and finding our first win of the season. That's all we care about.
Every fucking week. Just fuck with George.
You'd have to ask him that.
Bears
truthfully, I didn't feel it as much as you probably could have. I was trying to get him to call as fast as I could. But I thought for the most part, other than those false starts, those guys handled the noise fairly well.
You want a chance, son? Champ, Bears still suck.
Yeah. Yep, sure is. Yep.
Because you do.
I don't have the exact number. Like I said, when you start getting down like that, it's hard to stay committed to the run game.
What's next with the kicking situation? You brought in a guy to the practice squad, kind of had some struggles the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, Jake's a talented player, and we'll see kind of where he's at. But we have a lot of confidence in Cairo.
Is it open competition at this point?
No, we have a lot of confidence in Cairo.
I'd like to just be here, back where you've been for so long.
Really,
you got to put
didn't
Tory
even think
Taylor
about
on
that a whole lot.
Shouldn't be that hard.
I didn't interact with those guys until walking off the field there at the end. A couple guys said hey to me, and that was really it. So we came in focused on winning this ball game, and we came up way short.
Comfortable at all to get to shake Dan's hand after calling it?
It's always good to see Dan Campbell.
They're trying to make this a thing so hard. Holy shit! Ask questions about the goddamn game.
It's executed properly.
Say it again.
The quarterback sneaks.
The sneaks.
Yeah. Well, what's the key to getting that executed?
I got to look at it now. I tell you what, I give that defense a lot of credit. Kelvin Shepherd,
not twice in a row.
I think he's a phenomenal football coach, and he's just going to continue to ascend in this league. Last week, Green Bay struggled a little bit in short yardage as well.
Minnesota did to you.
I think DJ Reader does a phenomenal job knocking guys back in that situation. I'll have to see how much of a factor he particularly was on those two plays. But we got a ways to go there to get those quarterback sneaks to be effective plays for us. And if that's not the way we go, then we'll find another way to get the first down.
What did Dan say?
All these guys. Ben is God.
For me and him.
Ben knows.
Play calling by John Morton, the balance of the run and pass.
Yeah, it seemed like they mixed it up really well. And, when you have the quarterback coming like that and you got the pass catchers and the runners going like that, then it's, it's hard to slow them down.
Receivers.
So, think the world of Johnny and 52 points is a good day.
Receivers.
Thanks, guys. Yep, thanks.
If Rome was the best player in the game today, Mike, I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Phil, that's
3 balls.
It's just because they're looking at stats. It's all
Caleb
it is.
Was the best player for me. If we're being honest, he's the only thing keeping you alive. This is like a pathetic manipulation of truth. You've got your bad guy, and that's what you want to roll with. And for me, it's pathetic.
It is. You just go back to what you're talking about with Rome, and Rome had 7 for the
2 touchdowns there, right?
Yeah, had the 2 touchdowns, and what were his?
He drops the ball. Caleb
7 for 128. But people see that and just automatically assume that it's a great game. He had those 2 consecutive drops that Jonathan Vilma on live television. No. But the 2 boom. They're back to back.
There was one before DJ Moore caught the low ball.
But Vilma goes on
low one.
Vilma goes on a 3rd and 34 when Caleb throws the ball to Rome, and of course,
right in the fucking
it was short. Hits him right in the hands. He's like, "Well, you don't want to see Caleb reverting back to his old ways." I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'm like, what is this fucking dude talking about?
But this is what happens. I mean, Phil, I'm just looking in the chat, and it's Phil. You can say whatever you could say whatever you want about Caleb Williams. He's not a leader. He's not good. It Just admit you don't like Caleb Williams, the person. That's what this is all about. I'm so fucking over all of that shit. If you watch today's game and come away and tell me that Caleb Williams is the number one issue, it's clear. Work on your own fucking life. You have some issues there that probably need to be tended to.
That's it. End the show right there. That's the problem. I said it. You can't have nice things. You can't. I don't give a fuck. Every quarterback's going to throw picks.
This is who it was. It was Max. I don't care who he is as a person. He isn't a leader of men. The fucking teammates, Max, on this team voted him captain.
100%.
He was ushered in captain last year. So let's say all of the bullshit from Tyler Dunn was true. It's not, but let's just say it is. So these same players, knowing that, voted him back in this year as a captain. Stop. You don't like Caleb for personal issues. Guaranteed. End of sentence. It has nothing to do with his football play. Zero. Work on yourself. Stop.
I'm watching a guy throwing dimes across the middle, hitting dudes in the hands drop. He hits Luther Burden.
But he loves him. So
hits Luther Burden at the knees, coming on a shallow cross. Again, Vilma's like, oh, it's a little low. Catch the ball with your eyes. Again, a second-round receiver. It's like, what are you doing? You build through the lines. Just go look at Howie Roseman. Fuck, how the fuck he's picking up running backs, receivers, all in day or a trade, and does
constantly turning over the bottom of the roster. You know what our
He's
guy,
tackles.
His last 4 moves are DBs, Phil.
And
clearly, yes,
all over the place.
It's crazy. It's lunacy.
It's pathetic. You're 2 games in. What I know about the coach is he relies more on analytics in situational football that has cost this football team. 4th and 3 last week. If you're a patron, I broke that shit down. That's on DJ Moore all day, every day. If you watch the tape and know what the fuck you're looking at, you'll understand. But if you don't, you just see he's got to hit him. He's wide open. Then the fucking offensive coordinator comes out talking about the deep ball last week when DJ decides to change his route and people still are blaming the quarterback. There's a fucking ignorance issue in fans in regards to the Bears, but it all stems from the organization itself. The softest ownership.
First, you start with that team came out and played a hell of a game on the other side of the ball, we had momentum swings where we were taking punches and we ended up turning the ball over, having false starts. And things like that, and with a team like that, and you have 2 turnovers, and a couple false starts, or just overall penalties on the opposite side of the ball. With a team like that on the other side, they make you pay, and they did that today.
It's 2 really up and down games offensively to start the season. And
20.
Did you expect it to be going better and clicking a little better at this point? And why hasn't it?
I always expect to come out and play well as an offense. That's the expectation, but it's not really necessarily surprising or anything like that. It's new coach, new offense, and all of that, and a bunch of new players, and we're all trying to figure it out together at one. And like I've always said, move together. Everybody do their 1/11th and move together when the ball snap and go execute the plays that are called.
What happened on the interception?
Yeah, ended up rolling out. Probably need to throw it away right there. Tried to make a play, but I thought OZ was going to go high, and he ended up breaking flat, and it was just a miscommunication.
Get rid of the ball.
On the field.
What happened on the sequence?
Out of bounds.
The 2 quarterbacks, the 3rd and 1, then the 4th and 1.
Yeah, just got to go get it. I thought I got it on the first one, and I guess I got closer. And then the second one, I would say I got it, and the refs end up spotting it back, and you move on from that play, but just got to go get it.
Ben had a long conversation after the 4th down one. What was the breakdown there? What were you guys
It was just us communicating about what's next, and then also just him saying, maybe go right next time or instead of left, or whatever the case may have been. Because we got a bunch of yards on the first, or closer. We got more yards on the first one than we did on the second one. So, being able to just communicate with him, move on, and get out there and
I
go
expected
and try and
Ben to
execute
come
plays
to the
again.
podium
For you in
and
those
elicit
situations
truth.
of reading it right and then getting it.
Yeah, find the open gap and go
Things
get
are
it.
going to change next week.
Talked about having
Didn't do
understood that it's a new coach,
Made
a new offense,
excuses.
it takes time to adjust. And
Cheaters.
it seems in periods you all didn't struggle to move down the
The
field.
softies.
So what do you think is personally missing from making that more consistent?
Yeah, I think it's just us being, like you said, consistent in the way of, our technique, our, the plays that are called, and going out there and being technical about and beating the man in front of you. And that includes myself. That's, and I think we just do that over and over and over again. Don't try and create any explosive plays that, try and be Superman. They'll come and everybody just do their 111th, and we keep moving on.
You had some time to kind of reflect on this on the sideline when Tyson came in. I mean, what's going through your mind as you're sitting through the last 7 minutes of this game?
Yeah, I think in that situation it sucks that your guys are out in the field and you're not, and that's frustrating because you put so much time, energy, and effort, and those guys are out there still battling, and you're on the sideline, but it was coach's decision, and you got to move on from it. And I think in that situation, I'm thinking of how can I help this team, this offense, whether it's me saying something on the field, or to whoever, or completing one more pass, or whatever the case may be, just to get the momentum going, get us going, and get this team rolling, get these guys rolling, and try and go win games.
How do you come to terms with an 0-2 start to this season?
Yeah, we got. How do I come to terms with it? We got 15 more games. It's the first 2 games, and there's been on multiple occasions teams that rally back and go on a run, and that's what we're focused on. To do that, you got to focus on the next one. This game's over. They scored a bunch of points. We didn't score enough. That's typically how football works. You don't score enough points when you go out there. That you tend to lose the game, and so being able to move on to the next game, next play, whatever the case may be, is where we're focused. And we all believe in each other. Coach says something extremely powerful to us after the game is how much he believes in each and every one of us, coaches included, and we believe in them. Everything that they put up. Everything that they call, everything that we discuss, anything like that, we believe in them, and I think we just got to keep believing, keep pushing, and not let anything divide us or anything like that. We got to keep going. It's only 2 games, and we got to keep moving along.
Why would you describe what Ben said to you guys as extremely powerful? From
Your coach. You go 0-2. Obviously, we're out there playing. We're out there. Getting after it, and we just lost the game. And the coaches are a part of that also. Yes, they feel it, but we're out there getting after it, and we go and get our tail kicked. And so for a coach to say that after the game, that he still believes in us, and when it comes time that it's a big 3rd down on defense, or it's a big 4th down on offense, that coach is going to go for it, and obviously in the right situation. But the belief is there, the trust is there, and we got to keep chugging along and find ways to go win.
He'll be in there during the week.
What do you see in your own performance your individual performance over the first 2 games that you say this? I've got to get this on track right now.
What a fucking disgrace!
First game, missed a couple passes. I think this game, hit some key passes and didn't feel like, anything was off. My footwork was solid and was hitting my guys. So I think I got to go look at the tape and figure out, this game, how it can help us, physically and mentally, maybe on the sideline or something, or talking to the guys, whatever the case may be. But haven't figured that out yet for this game, and I got to go figure it out and watch a film on the plane.
What's the dynamic been between you and Ben the last 2 weeks, where there's some tough film to watch? He's also been very supportive of you publicly. What's the balance there in terms of accountability and support?
Tough film to watch.
Yeah. What are you trying to say there, Dick?
Yeah, there's always accountability with us and Ben. It's always pointing the finger at yourself before you go point at anybody else.
Tough film to watch.
But I'm not necessarily going to say tough film or anything like that. Like, it's football. You're going to make mistakes. You got to go out there and not be fearful of making a mistake, and that's how I play football.
Coach is
if something happens, all right, cool, move on to the next play, and let's go back out there, and that's the mindset for myself, and something I try and portray to everybody else. I threw a pick today, came back out there and tried to go down and score again, I think that's something that we're going to keep striving for. I think that's something that we're going to keep working on as a group and as a collective. But you always point the finger at yourself before you point the finger at anybody else, and I think that's the mindset for us and the team.
As a team, how do you keep the belief and the trust from eroding after a lopsided loss?
Yeah, we manage the expectations. We focus on ourselves. We're truthful. We're truth tellers. And then from there, you go out there and you work hard in the practice field and in film and things like that, and you come out the next week and we fight. Simple.
Initial reaction to the game that Rome had today. You guys obviously connected a handful of times.
Yeah, I think that's just us being together for a year and a half now, or year and some change, and so being able to just keep finding that rhythm with him, being able to get in rhythm with the other wide receivers, and get in rhythm with tight ends and everything. Just get everybody going. It's important to have everybody going and everybody to understand their role in this offense. That everybody is important. And I think today when you have a guy come out and he's making great catches for you and getting off man coverage and press and all these different things, you want to keep feeding him the ball. And I think that's just what happened today.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. The Bears.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Get the Chicago media department to close out the interview there. It's too much suckage. Shane getting DMs on mute.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the nature of what we do. There's a lot of jealous blowhards out there in the social media world. So they get mad at a show, and if you make a comment, they want to try to attack you personally. We're used to it and numb to it at this point. So.
Joe, see Joe's statement. And
it's true.
This is what I want real fans, like you fake boys, you blog boys, you can go anywhere else and watch some phony shit. Put in blame on Caleb. What Joe is saying here is evidence to speak to coaching. There isn't a play that you're seeing or drive that there's consistently understanding their assignment, their alignment, and technique. There's flags, holding, drops, missed snaps, just continuously throughout the entire game for 2 weeks. So when you hear us saying, you got to play these guys in the preseason, you got to get reps, you got to do this, and you think that it's a joke, it isn't. Jonah Jackson is benched if I'm the head coach. He's not on the field next week. I'm getting another right guard in the game. Also, Braxton Jones is benched next week. Done. It's the same shit over and over. Backed up into the backfield by guys that fucking the Bears cut are just manhandling him. And it's pathetic. We miss assignments. We fumble the football. We get into critical situations in the tides of game. Forget the score at the end of the day. Those forced down situations and set the bar of where your field position is, especially on the road. There is 0% of me that is going back and calling quarterback sneak again. This isn't fucking Georgia college football. It's fucking Notre Dame bullshit. This is the NFL. Your coach was out-coached by 1,000. The hype on Coach Johnson comes from a guy calling plays. not commanding a room, not getting people motivated, not standing up for his truth. To step to the podium and say the things that he said today is my third red flag for Coach Johnson. And not holding your football team to a standard that your expectation should be is an immense red flag. You need to come to the podium today, and you could take the blame and also set the expectation, send that message to the football team that no one's job is safe, that what we put out there is unacceptable. You don't have to call anybody's name. And that I promise you, this is going to get fixed. That we're not going to. That's what a real head coach does today. What he did was the opposite of that. And it's the same soft shit that gets you in these jams where you're continuously the same story over and over, where people are looking around for someone to blame. I gave you the blame in my rant. I have been right more than wrong on this shit. Just go ask Kerry Franklin, who's thrown in the towel today. Phil's right. I am. There's a Ryan Poles issue that stems down from McCaskey. There was no need to extend this clown, fraud, frat boy, complete moron at GM. It just isn't. We could do a better job. We would. It's true. It's in the audio. Just look at what would have happened versus what he's happened. Would you like Brock Bowers on this team, Shane? Yeah. You like
sign me up. I mean, I was going offensive line last year. I mean, I was adamant on that, the way that it unfolded. But
who would you have taken?
I believe I was on record. I believe I was on record with Fuaga at that point. I'd have to go back and look at it, Phil.
Might have been Fuaga, right? So that's an upgrade. That's an upgrade.
Yeah.
So we're just sitting here in flames of burning in week 2 with a coach that's trying to politicize the locker room. So let me educate the ignoramuses on that. When a coach doesn't want to stir up or create problems, he stays the course. Stays the course. Doesn't stir up anything. Cars has gotten on me about this. Shane has finally come over to the island of Phil. I know how to handle a team. I know what needs to be said. And you know how simple it is? It's not hard. You just have to have the understanding that not everybody's going to like you. You just got to embrace that and stand for one fucking thing: the truth. That's it. Now, there's times you're going to take the sword, even though the truth might have been by the rookie running back. He fucked up. You could take the sword there, right? Today, your team quit. There was no pride there. There was no freaking stand up and fight back. There was fucking laid down, pathetic. Your special teams coach sucks. Your defensive coordinator sucks. Your GM sucks. Your O-line sucks. Your running back room sucks.
Right.
Your starting receiver, DJ Moore's attitude is somewhere else. You have
for the second year in a row, by the way.
The second year, and you're just going to let it go by.
Just let me. So Sonder has 0-2 teams have 12% chance to make the playoffs to say goodbye to the season.
That's what they put on the television.
I'll do you one better. The Chicago Bears in 105 seasons have never started a season 0-2 and made the playoffs. So take that as you may.
There you go.
Especially when you're complacent. And that's right now, that is Ryan Pohl's biggest issue. Is he is assuming sitting and getting Roshan Johnson. I mean, we waited all that time for Roshan to get healthy. For what?
He is the most pathetic player on the whole field.
I mean,
slow as shit.
Grady Jarrett was overpaid for his leadership, and I understand that he's dinged up, but he's been a regressing player. It's not that hard to see, and that's why the Bears had to overpay him. But you went out and you drafted Shamar Turner. Where's he at? He's inactive.
He's inactive.
You drafted Ozzie Trapillo. He's inactive. Those are second round draft picks, and you're a 5-win team. But people want to put this on Caleb.
Like this fucking asshat, Matt Hepler.
Right.
Good analysis, Matt. You're really good. Like, what are you watching, Matt? You're watching for failure. You got what you wanted. It's fucking pathetic. It really is. There's no hope for humanity because all we do is have a bunch of fucking I told you so's or guys that just want to be right.
Well, and that's the thing, Phil, and that is never going to change. It's a gotcha society. I mean, I see it in my DMs every single day from people where they want, you never hear anything from them at all until, if Caleb throws a pick or whatever like that, then they'll come out of the then they'll come out of the
Caleb
it's
there.
It's like our former patron, and I'm going to call him out because I do like him. I do like him. Kevin Winston is a huge Notre Dame fan. I rarely hear from him in DMs until Alabama loses. So of course, what do? When Notre Dame loses like they have the last 2 weeks, I send him a nice little DM, but I never hear back. It's the same type of thing, and I'm just busting Kevin's balls. We have a good relationship and shit like that, but it's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing. It's just like, oh, Rome was the best player on the field. No, he wasn't. You're looking at stats and you don't really understand the game of football, and that's fine. That's why we're here. We're trying to make people smarter fans. Become a TTNL patron. We'll talk about it. Phil broke it down for everybody pretty clear on Saturday.
Is what I started. I'm sorry. Shane and I have to defend ourselves because it's not a victory lap. Again, I stand to the podium, and it's true. I was the first guy to go on YouTube and show the truth on the tape. Now everybody's fucking doing it, right? So we decided to do that, but on a patron level. Despite the old man deleting all of the history of what I put out there to show how right I was, which sucks, and it's hurtful. Never an apology because he's a piece of garbage himself. And the reality is he points the finger at us. That's true. I'm standing at the podium of truth. And today, the GM put these pieces on the coach's plate.
Right. But it's just, Nick, we're not saying how many drops did Rome have today? He had 3.
I counted 3 drops.
And you're a top 10 pick. That shouldn't be happening. The one hit him in his throat. It went right through his hands. 3rd and 34. It was short. You got to catch it. The other one was closer, but I wouldn't say Rome was amazing. His stats were amazing today. He didn't. Rome himself would tell you that he's disappointed in his game, and that's fine. But people can't be critical of when we're pointing things out. That's what football does, or is. That's what tape analysis is. We're not going to sit here and feed you guys sunshine and rainbows when there's none, almost none there over the past 35 years for this team. Oh, it's just going to get better. No, people that say that are the same people that are defending Ryan Poles. Oh, it's different. It's going to change. No, it's not. We're here to tell you that. And if you don't like it, again, we've said this enough. Go watch somebody else. I don't care. If you don't like us, don't watch us.
I told the GM of CHGO, our business model is not for you. We could give a shit. All I want about audience, I don't appease nobody. I won't appease Maynard G. Krabs or Krebs. I have no fucking care. You shut up. I don't even know what you're talking about in your brain. I've come on this show with nothing but truth while I'm sick, watching a football team make me even sicker. I'd rather be out fucking doing gardening than watch a team quit like they did.
I never took you for a gardener. That's breaking news. But anyways,
Exactly. I can't. I don't like it. But I'd rather do that than watch football teams quit. When
but
you
Phil,
have this much passion as a fan base.
If you want your gotcha moment, go back to the night of the draft. And I hate to keep beating a drum, but we knew it then, guys. We knew it then. Colston Loveland is ultra talented. Nobody on this network has said otherwise. I had him as tight end 1. I believe he was your tight end 2 behind Fannin.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ivan had him at 2. Cars had him at 1 or 2. So we were all very high on him. Again, nobody can answer this question. You show me one of the top teams in the NFL at player acquisition or playoff teams or whomever that is a 5-win team that is taking a tight end in the top 10. It is malpractice on every level. It just is. And that's not anything negative against Colston Loveland. We knew the Bears pass rush was an issue then, and it's an issue now. And by the way, guys, Ryan Poles did not address edge rusher in the draft at all. Remember Dominique Robinson? Best offseason of any of our guys. Where's he been? Remember that? Remember that bullshit?
Cherie.
And you think this is going to change when Austin Booker gets back because he had sacks in the preseason? He did last year too.
How many has he had in a game?
Austin Booker, I believe, 1.
And how many has Dominique Robinson had in a game?
1.
Exactly. Yet they still collect a check. They still play, take up a roster spot, and there's no low-end turnover getting young, possible pass rushers. I didn't see Daniel Hardy get 1 rep in a 3rd and long. This kind of stuff is tragic. How much did the defense give away? How about talk about them? It isn't your quarterback. I'm looking at it. I watched the tape last week. I broke it down. There's nowhere to hide from it. This is an issue with the defense and the talent you have, as well as your offensive line issues and GM. You do not draft the fucking tight end. You just don't. It was pathetic then. It's pathetic now. Just look at the situations today. Where was Colston Loveland in them? On the bench. Thus, mic drop for anybody with a grain or pebble of knowledge of football. Oh, yeah, you're right. They don't use him, even though they drafted him with the 10th overall pick. I'd rather have someone with the potential to rush the passer, create a punt situation, or get a sack than fucking deal with this fucking toothless, saber-toothed bullshit tiger that we got.
Just like this. So Melvin Dew, I think he's trying to call me out. Shane, Keenan is not worth the money he's asking for. Now Keenan is casually being an absolute beast on the Chargers. Do you see? I don't know, Melvin. Do you see any difference there with an established offense, with an established team and head coach and GM that believe in building the offensive line? Do you see any difference? Was paying Keenan Allen at 32 or 33 years old the answer to anything here? No. So guess what? I was right. You saw Keenan Allen have a touchdown last week, and that's your answer. It's foolish. Stop.
The other thing, the sack today, I told Kat, it's totally on Jonah Jackson. It wasn't Darnell Wright. Darnell tries to come help him late, and they're all falling down. It's Jonah Jackson getting mollywopped on a fucking rip and swim over where he just completely whiffs on the defensive lineman. And there's Caleb going down because you're down, well, fucking 30-something points, and they're just teeing off on you. I remember those days when the Chicago Bears, were monsters, and you got the third down, and you were like, okay, Julius Peppers is going to make a play here. We're going to get a pass rush here. Khalil Mack. I remember David Montgomery on this football team. I'm old enough to do that. Name me a dog on this team. I'll wait. Ozzie Trapillo? It's a choir boy. Is he going to help you? But you took him. We could go over and over this shit. It's just the way they build football teams in Chicago under Ryan Poles and under George McCaskey is soft. It's the end all be all. You're not helping Caleb. You're not helping your franchise or fans. Soft teams quit, and you saw it today. And you could say whatever you want, but I'm telling you, Ben dropped the ball by not coming to the podium, taking ownership of that, and sending a message that it's not going to be tolerated, that some guys quit today, because Shane and I saw it. Cap saw it. Everybody in the chat saw it, except for the ones that want to blame Caleb Williams. Come on. You want authenticity? David Scott is even telling you this is where it is. Just gonna be that way. I don't have any horse in the race other than my love for that jersey. I would, if I could reprogram my brain to not be so loyal, that would be a miracle for me. Maybe get a hypnotist, Shane, to come on the show and hypnotize you and I. And then we can no longer give a fuck about
this team does hypnotize us.
They do in fucking misery.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. This ruins my week of work. I coached a football team yesterday, went into their house on the road, put up 45 points, right? I'm happy. I can't wait to see the Bears. I want to see how Ben Johnson and company turn this around. This is what you got? That pathetic coaching display? Everything from the opening kickoff all the way through was pathetic. And honestly, it was loud in the stadium. Caleb answers the call, drives you back down the field and scores. You got a game. You got a game. Then you come back. He answers again. He goes down the field. Now it's 21-14. Got a game. Nope. Right down the fucking field. 3 plays, bad coverage. It's like, oh my God.
Keith is right here. They say it themselves. They love their culture. Organizations that have issues with culture are the teams that talk about how much they love their culture. It should just be implied where you don't ever have to talk about it. If you're going out of your way to say, oh, Ted Phillips, we have, our culture is the envy of the league. As soon as you say that, dismiss it immediately.
100%.
It should be implied. Everybody should see it immediately. If that's true, when you're going out of your way to say it, that tells you have an issue. And the Bears do. And speaking of Bears,
former Bears.
Well, I might take him out there right now over Jonah Jackson.
100%.
Big Steve Edwards. He's not going to fumble that football.
He's not going to fumble that.
Oh, man.
Babe.
Well, I was planning on jumping on with y'all, and then the wife was like, I need to go take a nap. I was like, well, I think I'm done. And I was like, no, the baby she's sleeping.
That's right.
Come on. I just listen to you guys. It's just, man, if this game showed you anything of where we broke it down, you guys broke it down last week. I broke it down on Friday with Ivan, where we know what Caleb's mistakes were. And just really breaking down the whole, you saw that, I don't know if y'all saw the clip I got where you saw the breakdowns in the middle with the center, with Dahlman getting destroyed. I didn't know Dahlman was getting destroyed until I saw the clips. And then also Jonah Jackson, I saw that from my own eyes when I was out there, what happened with him. And, this game is clear as day. I mean, Caleb had some big moments, 3 drops by Roma Duze just can't make the big catches, and for a 9th pick overall, you got to come down with something. I don't expect you to make every catch, but you had 3 big moments where you would have been. That's when you rise up as a 9th pick overall. Our inside, our run game is dismal. Braxton Jones is getting destroyed, and I thought he played decent the first week. I'm one of his biggest critics. Thought he played decent the first week. This week, no. Darnell Wright is on my shit list, man. This dude's technique has not gotten any better. He looks sloppy. It looks like sometimes he doesn't have an ounce of care, meaning where's the mean streak? Where's the toughness? Usually you got a right tackle. Your right tackle usually has a persona of being that tough guy for your offensive line. That, he's not your left guy, left tackle, but he's that grinder. You could run behind him. You're not seeing none of that. This guy coming out in these long sleeves, just like, maybe hiding those little flabby arms. I don't know, man. It's just, it's a disgrace. And Caleb is the last person you got to look at in this whole situation. Like you said, he's not going to have a perfect game, but he had his moments where you're like, okay, Caleb, be better there. How can he get better in this shit show right now? How Poles drafted this to put together this team. The backfield is dismal. We drafted out. We have no pass rush. What you really it comes back to the narrative. We've been preaching it. You just don't like the kid. And I meet people every day here in Chicago. You just don't like the kid. I tell them you don't like him.
Yeah,
and that's
100%.
what you're basing it off of. Don't come over here talking football with me, then. If you can't sit and talk reasonable football, not off of you don't like the kid just because you don't like the kid, get out of my face. We're in no position in Chicago to be sitting here like we just hate quarterbacks as number 1 picks overall. We find ourselves loving backup quarterbacks. We love backup quarterbacks. We're looking to the next backup. And, that's what gets you in trouble. And that's when you have over 20 different quarterbacks over the last 20 years. That's what we're falling in love with that. This is what people accept, not that, hey, there's going to be a little development that has to take place based on the shitty year last year with, and he over exceeded his play with what he was dealt with. And then you got a new coach who has to now not only learn how to be a head coach and a play caller, and it takes time with that, the pieces in the inside, and you're not working with much. His Poles hasn't really equipped this team. It's a mess, and he still shines. He still shines. He was a shining moment of this game. Tell me who's the shining piece of this game if you had to look at it. It was Caleb Williams and some of the things he did, and he led us on 2 drives and he looked really sharp at times. And then look at everything else.
Oh my God, there was that throw. Even Vilma was like, "Wow,
yeah,
that throw to the fucking Adunze. It felt like a rocket ship shot out of his arm."
Yeah.
Caleb is the least problem, Steve. We're trying to educate fans. Obviously, you're always going to have these guys that have a axe to grind, whether it be Justin Fields or DJ Moore fans or whatever it is. But I don't have a horse in this. I just call it, if Caleb sucks, I'm going to be the first fucking guy to tell you that. That's my truth. I have a reputation that I have to uphold. The tape never lies. Caleb is the last problem on this ship. It starts with the GM not building through the draft in the appropriate way through the Holy Trinity. Quarterback, left tackle, and pass rusher. Those are the 3 pieces you have to have. We have the quarterback. We've got no left tackle and no pass rush. He goes out and drafts a motherfucking tight end, which is about 15th on the list. I can pick up a fucking veteran tight end to come in here and give you the reps that Loveland's doing right now. However, we can't even find a pass rusher on the street to come in here and sign with this shitty run organization. It is a clown show from top to bottom. And then today is another flag for the head coach. I don't know if you heard me, but to stand at the podium and try to tell us that this team didn't quit today and they have a lot of pride, you're lying through your teeth. That was an opportunity for you to fucking set the fucking tone that it ain't ever going to happen again.
Yeah, man, I thought that was the first time I felt like Ben Johnson didn't own up. You know, he'd been taking a lot of ownership. This is the first time I felt like he went into this traditional Bears coach where it's like just you've been keeping it real. Why you don't sugarcoat around these kids, these guys, not these kids, but I'm so thinking about my damn youth team. Don't sugarcoat anything around these players. We are 0-2. I don't sugarcoat nothing around my youth football team. I was like, dude, guys, we're 0-3 right now. It's like, dude, we are not good. You guys have to, like ownership. So that's your opportunity to just keep your foot on the pedal. What it needs to get done, and it's not going to happen overnight. But if you start flipping ship all of a sudden, and you've been on, all of a sudden you want to start going in a different direction of reality, then it's going to be a problem. Then we're going to start. Hopefully, that's not the case. I'm not going to jump the gun on Ben Johnson, but I didn't like I didn't like that either, Phil.
Yeah. I said the same thing. I'm not going to jump the gun, but I'm going to point it out. It's a bookmark for our TTNL fans. They want to know, just like I was able to call out Matt Eberflus and Matt Nagy and John Fox and Mark Trestman before. I know what a coach is. Today is a red flag. I hope tomorrow morning after he watches the tape and sees some of the fucking lazy routes and effort and the blocking effort. I mean, Jonah Jackson, you want the truth? You're too fucking fat. That's the truth. You're out of shape and fat. You're an NFL fucking lineman. You're slow and fat. That's a problem. Same with Darnell Wright. There is no lineman as talented as him. He's an athlete, Darnell Wright. He could be great, but he is not taking care of his brand, which is his body. He's also fat and out of shape. And therefore, you start getting lackadaisical. You can't just give the 20 pounds over to Braxton to help him out.
Yeah,
the
man,
reality is
yeah.
this football team doesn't look prepared. That explains somebody probably has how many penalties in the last 2 games have the Bears had? It's outlandish. How many drops? How many special teams errors? I called that right. There is 0.0 chance that I would ever have kept this special teams coach. He's a clown. He's not good. He's probably the nicest guy ever. Nice guy, not a good coach. Saw it on tape, see it on coverage every week.
It's a vast difference, man. Like I was watching, when I had an opportunity to flip back and forth to the Ravens game, and it's just, first of all, you just flip back and forth. It's extreme difference in just roster,
technique,
obviously. But then I was looking at special teams, just the fundamentals, and I was on field goal. What I know about, but I just see the effort, the athletes. And for the Ravens, those are your future guys who are getting ready to come up or be paying their dues before they start getting into those, I mean, and most likely, if you're a Raven and you're a second rounder, you probably started in the Raven system. You know what I mean?
100%.
But those are their 4th and 5th round guys who might take a couple years to maybe develop before they get their opportunity. But we're not built like that. We're not built like that. And we sat there and outlined it this year. And I felt like this year I was more in tune with you guys as far as the draft. And, I've worked with you guys in the past, but this year felt like we outlined it pretty quick. I know Shane was looking at D-line at the 10th pick. You was more leaning that way. Me and Phil was leaning towards Calvin Banks.
I was all in
Calvin Banks.
I was all in on Banks
was
at
off
10.
the board.
But he went at 9.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought we all were looking at that DN. Like if it wasn't Banks, DN. Definitely,
yes,
I know we all on a point with that. And when it wasn't Banks, I'm like, damn. Okay, D line. Who's the best available? Tight end. And me and Ivan sitting there at the fucking draft.
You guys walked out of the draft.
And we left, and not to knock Colson Loveland, like you guys said, Shane had a rated top tight end in his rankings, and he's one of the guys that if you weren't in the tight end, but we weren't in no position, we need pass rush. Then we scripted it pretty obviously. Ursery happened. We thought he was going to be gone. He's there in the second round.
Oh my God!
Pass up on him. Cam Scatterboo. It was there for you to take it, but you started like just drafting back, and then Hippolyte. Did you fucking see Hippolyte run into the fucking returner?
Oh my God! He hits the returner.
Hippolyte runs into the
tackles
fucking
his own
returner.
returner.
Didn't like help him up and just ran away like, oh fuck, I fucked up and took tail and ran. I said, what?
That's a
That's the guy
round.
you chose. Let's take.
He's going to show the world, Steve.
Oh my goodness!
I'm going to show. No one's going to expect this. I'm going to take Ruben.
And that's the thing, because there's a lot out there, saying that Ben, and I've said it myself, his contract says as much, $13 or $14 million a year. That's all it is. And they're saying, he had a huge impact on what the Bears did at 10 overall. Well, okay, then Ben needs to be held accountable too.
To take over the North and never give it back.
It was the wrong direction. It can't work both ways. If you're gonna praise Ben and then say that he had a huge amount of input on who was picked, then you have to put him on the hook for Ozzie Trapillo. Because we all said here on TTNL, based on tape, Trapillo's not a left tackle. We all said that. And he wasn't.
Said it live.
So what they should do is
live.
The message to be sent to Darnell Wright is sit down right over here. Ozzie or whomever they deem.
They're going to put Darnell at left tackle.
Oh, that's good. That's what's going to end up happening.
3 weeks ago. If this is what you're doing, taking Theo Benedict and put him at left tackle, Darnell's your best athlete. Yes, I'm telling you, he's got to get in shape. But what you have at left tackle right now is
Drex, nobody is down
pathetic
on
as
Ben
Leno.
Johnson. Just because you criticize Ben Johnson for something that happens doesn't mean we're out on Ben Johnson. It's been 2 games. He's not going anywhere this year. He's not going anywhere next year. He's probably not going anywhere the year after that. I'm just saying,
He's got 4 years.
Everybody needs
based
to
on
get
his
over the
team.
fact, Steve, how many NFL games have you been involved in where head coaches came out and were critical of players the next day? Tons.
Tons. I'm trying. I mean, Coughlin. I could go.
Yeah,
I was there. Coughlin, Andy Reid. You know, it is crazy. I had to go to another organization, right, to kind of talk about those guys.
Right, exactly. But I'm just saying, just because we're calling Ben out for something that we're seeing doesn't mean that we're out on Ben Johnson,
Absolutely
the head coach.
not.
We're not there. We're not there yet.
Let's say everybody got some accountability, man. It's we're not going to sit there. I was the biggest Ben Johnson fan, so there was a lot of things I didn't like about the first game, but I understand he's getting it down, he's figuring it out, and I hope the comment I didn't like, but hey, he's figuring it all out. I like that he was in the press conference. Was that Thursday? He went kind of got a little ornery with that reporter. I like that. So
yeah, exactly.
we're just talking about it, but at the end of the day, we just calling it real though. When it comes down to it, all you guys are just you get sensitive about us saying one thing about Ben Johnson, but all these people out here just these crazy narratives about fucking Caleb. You just don't like the guy. And I don't know what else to suggest. I don't have I wish I had a prescription to give you.
It's just
if I did, it would be go somewhere else.
What is
your team? You ride with what they. You ride with what they make.
And this is what Rob says here. No disrespect, but I don't believe Caleb wants to be. What is it? What is that based on?
How? What based on what?
I just don't. It's
based on what?
I have no idea.
He's running for his life and he's scrambling and his brain. What gives you?
I'm sure they're going to bring up.
Explain what gives you that he doesn't want to.
I'm sure they're going to bring up the article.
The article, come on, man.
But
everybody
was nonsense, right?
I would do my due diligence if I was a high draft
right.
pick.
I was, as a father of a quarterback, I would not want my son going to play for George McCaskey. As a Bears fan, I would not want. What have they done? What have the Bears done organizationally? They've given an extension to possibly the worst GM in the history of the franchise. I'm dead serious here.
Yeah, honestly.
This is not a joke. They have every opportunity to wait this fucking season out, see what this is, and they don't. As Shane put it, he ain't going anywhere. Where is he? He's going to leave us for the Jets? Good.
They did not need to. They did not need to extend him.
What the fuck are they doing? I mean, honestly, the way this team has been constructed, your only hope is Ben Johnson. That's it. Because Ryan Poles is an arrogant piece of trash. He really is.
You saw what Ben Johnson was doing scheme-wise, just to scheme up some running plays, just to scheme up plays that favored Swift, scheming up things to make blocking schemes better for the O-line. You saw that early on, and we just made mistake after mistake. So you can see the genius and the play and the creativity and the problem solving there. I saw that today. We just made a lot of freaking mistakes. You can't make those mistakes. All the penalties, all the drops. You can't get behind the 8 ball like that against a really good team that was also lost their first game and it was highly critical about, hey, you're not going to win without your coordinators. And they come home, they're fucking highly motivated. So you can't make those mistakes against a team that was craving a win. and we come out there and we look pretty damn decent, but we can't make those mistakes and expect to. Yeah, we got our ass blown the fuck out.
You have a holding penalty.
Excuse me. Sorry.
A false start and then a face mask.
Yeah.
That your offensive line has the same issues it had before. You put one problem at guard. You thought he was going to come in here and help you because he has knowledge of the offense, but he's been as pathetic as he was with the Rams. He's out of shape. Simple as that. I just see his footwork and his ability to get to the next level or second level. He's slow as shit.
Yeah.
He's done.
He's slow off the ball. He's getting ball. And I think the tape is out, Phil and Shane. These fucking D linemen are just fucking bull rushing his ass. I've never seen somebody on a strong run just get pushed back into the backfield. They're dumping him in. They're knocking him into the backfield, getting in the fucking quarterback's lane. I'm like, damn, I thought this dude was like a Pro Bowler a couple years ago. He's playing like fucking shit. Like, and it's just that move right now is not paying off, and you got to start looking.
The rookie's got to go in next week. Yeah. Newman should play right guard fucking next week.
Yeah.
He shows some passion for the game. He's more athletic.
Yep. And I like Newman. And I like Newman. A couple times in the preseason, I was looking and just watching, not really looking at the numbers. And I was like, oh, there's Tooney. I said, no, that's not fucking Tooney. That's Newman. And I just started keying in on him. And I was like, Newman is pretty fucking.
He's going to be aggressive.
Looks all right.
Is he going to make a mistake? Yes. But that's how you build. That's how these good teams. Here's a young guy. You traded for this piece of shit. You got burned, just like you always do. Mr. Confident, Ryan Poles.
You guys want some good news? So here you go.
Brisker sucks.
Jonah Jackson's contract is a 3-year, $52.5 million deal that includes $10.5 million in signing bonus among other guarantees, and it extends through the 2027 season.
Great.
This deal was solidified in March of 2025 following his trade from the Rams to the Bears, with the Bears adding 1 year to his original contract. The extension was a strategic move from Ryan Poles to ensure the continuity and to protect the Bears' offensive line, and especially in the light of his familiarity with new head coach Ben Johnson from their time in Detroit. So not only did they trade for him, they tacked on another year on top of it.
Yeah, but why couldn't you fucking wait to see if this guy bounced back from a year? That's just not smart.
The GM that they hired.
This guy was injured last year. You wait.
This guy's standing at the podium, happy as all hell, like he won the Super Bowl on the signing of Ben Johnson.
Every year, man, this dude comes back and is like, last year, I like this line. I like this line.
Yeah,
how are you supposed to believe that shit every year for him? I like my line. No, your line has been shitty the last 2 years, and it's a damn shame because you are a former offensive lineman. There's something, I tell you, if I was a general manager, one thing I'm going to make sure I got great evaluation towards is the O-line. But that's how terrible you are. If you can't nail down the position you actually played and had a shot in the NFL at, you can't get that right.
It sucks, man.
Here we are.
Year 1, week 2. First week, you have them on the ropes, and you fail to knock your divisional opponent out at home. I was there live to see it. Although Steve didn't even show up.
Hold on. And I told him on Friday, I was gonna say, Phil, I heard you too, motherfucker. I'm gonna call Steve out. So this is what happened. Phil fucking texted me. What was it? Fucking Sunday. He said, we're going to Nick and Vito's. I said, hey, I got this Bears alumni dinner. I said, I'm not staying there long. I said, hit me up. He said, I'm not sure when we're gonna get there. I said, hit me up. Let me know.
We let you go.
He did not let me go. I was fucking out of there. I totally forgot because and which ended up being a really good event. It was just long because you had the 85 Bears 40th anniversary. It was a lot of us like different, and I mean, it's the most players that ever came and attended ever, they said, and it was packed. I was a little overwhelmed like how many people were out there. Former guys my age and everything.
George, remember you this time?
No, I didn't even go up. Like, I didn't even bother. I said, dude, go up to him like, hey, dude, I'm the same guy you did. I crossed paths with you at training camp. I like it, you know. No, I didn't even try to bother.
So this is from X, from at Take After Take. He's Chevy Chase at Take After Take on X. Just tweeted this to TTNL, and I just thought I'd share it because it kind of encapsulates everything that we're saying today. The Lions scored 38 points in 37 plays today, and half the fans of this team want to tell you it's the quarterback's fault.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the home run shot. I'm telling you, Dennis Allen totally is a problem right here. I don't even know how.
Well, and listen, you have to call him out, but Phil, you have to address pass rusher somehow. $94 million in Montez Sweat, and he's a ghost.
Yeah,
a ghost. He's a ghost.
A lot of bad money spent on players right now too. It's really these high price players we got are not worthy of these contracts.
Pontravious Sweezy, $4.99. There are a lot of people on this team who need to get their head out of their ass. What are our first round picks doing? It's completely pathetic. Well, and that's
100%.
Phil said it in his rant. You can't build from the outside in, and that's what the Bears like. Oh, look at this, a flashy new toy. Let's take a wide receiver top 10. Oh, look at this, it's another flashy new toy. Let's take a tight end in the top 10. None of it makes sense. Pontravious Sweezy's back, $1.99. Right is putrid, spoiled milk level. Yeah, and that's should do something because. Guess what? By the way, that's another top 10 pick from Ryan Poles. So, yes, sir. I'm at $4.99.
Down on him as Steve is. I think
no. But Phil,
he's got to get better
as a top 10 pick. He's got to. He should be in shape. There should be zero problem about that.
When we watch the tape, I should bring Steve on Thursday night.
Yeah,
because I'm telling you, Jonah Jackson is creating a lot of problems.
Oh yeah,
and they extended this motherfucker, and I am sitting here listening to you do it, and it's just like when it rains, it fucking pours. Oh my god!
So Yasser Ahmed says people jumping ship on Ben Johnson are hilarious. Dan Campbell's first season, he finished 3-13. Our biggest problem is Ryan Poles and ownership, which we have said, and we are not jumping ship on Ben Johnson here at TTNL, but it's not going to prevent us from pointing out the negatives. I mean, you also didn't bring Ben Johnson in here to call back-to-back quarterback sneak plays on third and 1.5, and then 4th and 1.
Want some more bubble screens?
Yeah. Robert Patterson, $10. Wasn't it too obvious that when Monangai was in the game, it was a pass? Yeah, and I mean, he actually got some carries today. Obviously, it was late, but
Tyson Bagent,
eight for
wide 29. Open tight end first round pick.
Oh yeah, there would be
where are all these Tyson Bagent and Justin Fields? What happened to Justin? Have y'all heard from Justin Fields fans tonight?
No. Oh, they're out at the bar right now, not watching this. That's for sure.
Okay, ridiculous.
Josh Sheehan, $2 free Jay Cutler.
Is that Jim Larison in disguise?
Our guy Robert Nash, $4.99. Guess taking the North meant living in the divisional basement and never getting out. Yeah, that's exactly what it means. Our guy Kafalo 84, $49.99. I was at the game. The Lions' home field advantage is insane. Caleb looked comfortable early, but once it got out of reach, mistakes piled up. We were running the ball well, but didn't stick with it. Seems like Ben really wants to win through the air. Well, it's.
Believe me, he wants to run the ball. We don't have much of a running game or an offensive line that can really this. I mean, you could say Tooney all you want. You got Braxton Jones next to him. You got Chris Dahlman in there. Doesn't look like the guy you paid all this money to. Jonah Jackson sucks. I mean, and you remember all the people were saying, what is Caleb's excuse now? He has an offensive line. No, check. Offensive line looks very suspect right now. He doesn't have one unless something turns the page or you start making some changes.
So our guy Chris Ruderschmidt, $1.99, and Dennis Allen Williams.
Dennis Allen Williams.
We got to give him some more on the defensive line. But again, Phil, you know, we were talking about it with Cap in game. You know, you're talking about sitting back. You knew what the Bears drove down before half. They punch in the touchdown, and you just knew what was next. You're sitting back in zone. Boom, boom.
Go right down the fucking field and score a touchdown.
And of course, yes, the clock should have ran out. And if you need your proof, there it is. There's your proof. He was down. There's the contact inbounds. He was not out of bounds.
Yeah.
And the clock would have ran out. I'm not saying that's gonna change the game. You know, like Cap said, you know, he's like, well, you still can't give up 52. Totally agree. Cap's 100% right. But I mean, it was just simply the wrong call.
And you get fucked. That's a 7-point swing in football. Momentum
before
is
half. Yeah. Then you have the ball coming out.
Fans don't get it because the final tally in a fantasy football world, no offense to Adam Rank, I love him, is their go-to. But 7 points deflates a fucking program at the half. How do you swing that? It's very difficult.
And Cheatham, listen, we're not talking about Justin Fields. We're talking about all the people that show up, and then maybe that's what you're alluding to too. It's not us. It's all the people that are DMing us. And last week, oh, see, we told you, TTNL, we were right about Justin. No, he regressed to what Justin has always done.
Yeah, I saw some guy go in the middle of the game. Is it me? I just missed Justin on our Keeping It 100 page. I'm like, yeah, it's just you in my head. I don't have the fucking wherewithal to even respond to that shit.
What did Justin do, man? They act like
no idea, bro.
What did he win? He had an opportunity at the end of the year to beat Green Bay. I forget. I almost forget the whole scenario. It was were we playing for something at that point?
But
or it was just like, hey, we were out of it. It was
no,
just
we
like
weren't
it's
playing.
An opportunity.
We definitely weren't playing for anything.
Yeah. Where was it? It was just like, hey, an opportunity to fucking beat Green Bay at home, and he stubbed his fucking toe, and he didn't do shit. He hasn't won shit here. And people act like he was a.
You can take Chicago right out of it.
Got us to the playoffs or so. It's ridiculous, man. What is he? And then he gets he has 1 week and he's fucking like shit today. This is where you brought Justin Fields in for if you're the Jets, is to beat the fucking Bills. It didn't happen.
But that's the thing. You can take Chicago right out of the equation when you're talking about that because Pittsburgh moved on from him also.
Yes.
But nobody wants to. Everybody's like, oh, see, he's going to be with Tomlin. But
Tomlin.
Yeah.
Tomlin knows
what it is.
Tomlin does know good.
We'll rip through these so we can get out of here. Gary Cadishon, $2. Phil, DJ gave up when Justin was quarterback. He needs to go.
100%. He's got to get traded.
$1.99. I really believe tight end pick was Ben, not on polls, and even so if it was, it's still the wrong pick.
Falls on polls because he's the one GM that needs to make sense. He can't fucking just do. Oh, okay.
Sean Minnick, $1.99 off topic somewhat. Stevenson is playing like poo, and you're not wrong. How many times do we see trailing the plays?
Had a bad day. Our
guy Lawrence Chrisman, $5. I got 5 on it. I'm tired, y'all. 3-17 in your division.
It's signs that you need to go. It's signs that you need to go.
Yep. And then he's back again, $2. My friend who's a Jets fan said Justin Field is
Asaron.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know what Asaron means.
I don't either. I'll just agree with it. Fuck it, right? And
Steve
to
is
finish it up,
focused
Derek
on that,
Thompson,
baby.
1999. Phil, can you touch on this or explain it to us, please? I get that the defense in particular quit today. How much of that do you feel as a byproduct of being under Flus and his horrible culture?
Yeah, Derek, it's a good question to ask. I do think that some players resort back to their personalities that were allowed until a head coach says hell fucking no and sends a message that this isn't last year. You're all going to be held to a standard that because you represent me. When we lose, are they coming after Jervon Dexter or DJ Moore?
Assaroni is what he meant.
Assaroni. No, they're not going after DJ Moore. They're not going after Odunze. They're going after the coach and the quarterback. So your message to all these guys is, I take the fucking heat. I take it. If you quit, that is my ticket to tell George McCaskey and Ryan Poles to shut the fuck up. You got me these fucking players. I will put who I believe should be on the field to help us win. That is the only goal. That is the only fucking objective and mission. The Ben has not done that. He's talked about it. Let's see. Right next week, Jonah shouldn't be starting. He's going to go out there. There's zero chance that Braxton should be starting next week. Will he? Like, I know he's going to let Jonah get another game in.
Yeah, and I think that there's going to be because we have the early bye this year. So I think that when you're going to see the changes, I think that that's where you're going to see it. They have the week 5 bye, and I mean you're heading into week 3. But
I just don't want to see Ben be a yes man.
Oh, I hear you.
If that's the case, we are going down the same path. I'm just pointing out the red flag that was today. Did players quit? Yes. You don't have to name them. You have to say that this performance is unacceptable and it will never fucking happen again. And he didn't do that. He took the high road, as we call it, which was the political one. Now you got to wonder, is he a byproduct of what Ryan Poles is? A giant pussy who's just a yes man and George's puppet. He's made the worst decisions for this franchise and yet still has a job. But oh, wait, he's got an extension for being the worst. That's pathetic, guys. So now it just rains down on the new hired head coach. Is he a yes man too? That's to be determined. It's unfortunate, but that's how this franchise has run, and there's no other way.
Ninos, hopefully you're talking to the people in the chat and not us, because you didn't tell us shit when we were banging the drum all during the draft. Hopefully that's people in the chat.
Let's see how it gets done here. I don't know what will happen. You're very welcome, FTW.
Yeah, and so right here. No, there's no out. It's guaranteed. So
it doesn't count against the cap.
It doesn't count against
the billions.
But you made the situation worse.
You made
I said, Phil and I were maybe it was Phil and I talking privately, but like
it's
I said,
buying a fucking timeshare.
What the Bears did is let's just say Steve is there holding his beautiful daughter, and Steve says to his wife, you know what? She's going to be outside at one point, and she's going to pick a rock up, and she's going to throw a rock and break a window in our living room. So we're going to go to Home Depot right now, and we're going to buy a backup window to keep in our garage until the year 2038 when she breaks it. You don't need to do it.
Right.
You don't need to do it right now. It's dumb. You're planning ahead for what? Continuity? Again.
That's crazy.
And the blueprint is there with Jonah. Got to have continuity on the offensive line. He was signed through 2026 already.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Let him go out and prove it.
Yeah, let him prove it. He's coming off an injury on top of that, Shane. What the logical thing, I think, with anybody would be like, no, hold up. If you're a smart man and you're investing, if you're or you just want to make a good investment,
right?
Like something is, I don't have a good example, but let's just keep it in the terms of football. Most people be like, hey, before we get this guy a fucking multi-million-dollar contract extension, let's see if he's healthy and let's see how he plays at right guard. Let's just see. We're not in a rush.
Exactly.
At least halfway during the season, I can see halfway during the season he's playing good. Like, let's get it done. Not, terrible. And now that shit look like it. And you hope he bounces back, but I don't know how long I would want to get that before I get Newman in there. I don't know how long I would want to mess around with that before Newman steps in there and you give him a shot. But you already made a long term. And I know when people make long-term investments with that, they're gonna grind that thing out with the player. You saw how they did with Nate Davis, they kept on putting him out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Indy's using their highly drafted tight end right now. They're
I need to use them, man.
7 minutes left in the third quarter, 3 catches, 70 yards with a long of 41.
You know how to
we don't even use our guy.
Not even in critical situations. He's not even matched up. Get a mismatch against the linebacker.
Remember how much we heard about that?
Oh yeah.
Got to give listen. You shouldn't be drafting tight ends that high, but the amount of mismatches that the Bears are going to be able to create with these two tight ends.
Gotta understand, Phil.
I have not seen that two tight end set. Not much. Not in no passing down situation. I just haven't seen
Phil
it.
and Shane, you gotta understand. Ben knows. He knows how to make mismatches.
If you guys were so smart, why are you doing a podcast? How many times have we been told that?
Oh my God.
I'll take our track record.
Yeah. I think that's a good way to end this debacle. Way over the amount of time. Steve extended it because of his beautiful.
I wish I was calm and cool and collected as Steve's daughter was there. And we're all fired up and she's just loving life.
Just knocks out over everything, man. This baby right here, I'm like, hey, you need to wake up before you be trying to be up all night. Shit. Just fucking sleeping. But hey, I'll take this. If I get to sit down here and watch football, the wife leaves me down here and then she gonna sit here and chill like this all day.
No complaints.
Perfect daughter.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, we will meet again. Steve is going to be live tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. East, 8:30 p.m. Central. That'll essentially go live right after we're wrapped up on CHGO After Dark with Greg Braggs, Phil Atoshin, Adam Rank, and myself. Steve, what do you got?
Hey, Phil, next time y'all come in town, let's make sure y'all know I'll take you guys out to fucking eat. Like these fucking guys, Nick and Vita, I'm going to take you guys out to eat. We'll go to fucking Harold's. I'll take you to some other South Side fucking good pizza. And I understand that, Nick and Vito's, I had it. I haven't been back. Like I don't get overly hyped to these places. Like I let my taste buds do the judging, and it was cool. I got some other spots. We'll do it up. I know next time, and you guys scare me a little bit because y'all come in hot and get kick it and get fucked up, but I'll be ready next time. And
I don't get fucked up.
Too. I just want
I
some of that.
Phil's just eating. Shane gets parties. I'll be ready next time.
Ivan just gets fucked up. That's the problem. I'm blaming Ivan.
I'm just gonna have some of that.
Well, I was planning on meeting up with you guys after the game, but after that, I was done. So,
dude, I must have walked 48,000 steps that day. Oh my God!
Anyway, I didn't mean to hold it up, but I remember the piece of comments. I got you guys next time. I'm not going to say it's New Haven, but it'll be better than Nick and Vito's. I tell you that.
Well, there you go.
We hear you. Well, with that being said, I don't even know a good way to take this out. What's that?
Where's that thing?
Which one you looking for? This one? That wasn't that one.
It wasn't that. Where is it? Maybe it's in another brand.
It could be.
Probably is. but
I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's another.
Thank you for watching Bears Hour Live, the best post-Bears game show on the planet, on the Tape Never Lies Network.